Chứ bực cả bình mùng 3 Tết, bảnh lên bảnh chúc Tết mọi người, toàn những cái bình luận là mấy bằng bao nhiêu nghìn bình luận của mọi người, 7-8 nghìn người đang xem. Toàn những bình luận gửi đến nhau tình yêu thương gửi đến nhau, rồi nó lại bảo tóc bảnh lồng lộn.
Sonic the Hedgehog, the pinnacle of 90s gaming, and a staple of almost any millennial's childhood. Personally, the Sonic series is full of nostalgia for me. After picking up Sonic Mania for the Nintendo Switch back in 2018, I was reminded of all of the incredible moments I experienced while playing the Sonic games. I can easily think back to playing the Sega Mega Drive with my older sister. We would stay up until the darkest hours of the night, eating pizza and trying our best to beat the games. But like many, we always failed right before ever beating the final boss. These moments are memorable, nostalgic, and most importantly, some of the best moments of my life. However, there are a few moments in the series that I remember for the wrong reasons. One of them that gave me and many others sleepless nights from the nightmares it produced. Today, we are going to investigate the tale behind one of Sonic the Hedgehog's most infamous Easter eggs. The story behind Sonic CD's infamous hidden message. Let's take a step back in time for a moment. It's Christmas 1993, and you just received the brand new game, Sonic CD, for your Sega CD system. You play it non-stop over the holidays, and when you go back to school, you brag about it to all your friends, and how you beat the whole thing in just one day. But then they tell you about a secret hidden within the game that can only be accessed after midnight. Since the internet isn't exactly a common thing at this point, you take their word for it. They write down the instructions to follow, and then off you go home. Later that night, you boot up Sonic in your Sega CD and wait for the title screen to arrive. You look down at the paper your friends provided to you and enter in the code down, 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 left, right, A. To your amusement, the main screen changes to a never-before-seen sound test. Intrigued, you look back down at the paper and look at the numbers you were advised to input. You put them as follows: 46, 12, and 25. However, your excitement quickly changes into gut-wrenching horror when the screen flashes to a series of disturbing images. What lies before you is a repeating pattern of a deformed-looking Sonic standing behind Japanese text, all while unsettling music plays in the background. You then realize your friends tricked you, and now your parents are awake because you aren't able to sleep anymore. This is the story that happened to countless children after the release of Sonic CD. That creepy hidden message frightened many during its years, and everyone who has come across it always questioned why it was ever in the game. But with the modern power of the internet, we are now able to dig out the facts on what it means and why it's there. To start off, I would like to clear out some misconceptions about this Easter egg. First of all, the Japanese text on the screen has always been misunderstood. Many writers, bloggers, and YouTubers have stated that the text translates into "Fun is infinite, Sega Enterprises, signed, Majin, otherwise known as the devil. Although this is slightly true, it doesn't quite grasp the actual meaning of this message. An article from the website Legends of Localization explain how although Majin can mean a powerful godlike human, it doesn't quite convey that in the message we see in Sonic CD. As you see here, the text on the screen translates into Majin, which is simply just a name, whereas the devil-like Majin is typically written in kanji, just like this. So this means that the Majin we see here hidden in the message is actually just a nickname for Masato Nishimura, the landscape designer for Sonic CD. As the article further expresses, they state that by calling Masato Majin would be similar to calling your friend Sean Scene. This then extended itself into play on words between Majin and the devil. As for the creepy looking Sonic face, that's nothing more than the cartoon version of Masato's face. And if you're asking about the disturbing music, well, that's none other than the final boss music from the US version of the game. But this is also not the only time Nishimura hid his presence in a form of media. In the late 1999 video game, Shenmue, Majin can once again be found on the face of a cup. The reasoning behind this can be explained from a 2002 interview, where Nishimura is quoted as saying, "I just want to stand out." In the end, this hidden message was most likely never meant to come off as creepy. If you take a look at the Japanese version of this Easter egg, you will hear that the music is definitely more happier sounding than the US version.